All right, you keto beginners. So I'm kind of seeing a common little trend lately is that a lot of people have been saying, hey, been on keto, liking it, not losing weight. Well, if you're trying to lose weight, I know how discouraging it can be when you really need to lose weight and it's not coming off. So, there's several reasons that can be going on, reasons this could be happening, things that are going on. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's talk about these. If you're just starting keto, you could have been overeating before. So when you switch over keto, you might still be overeating because your body is not adjusted to eating less food. And you could be eating not enough or too much. Mostly you're going to know that. And if you kind of just pay attention to the calories, you'll kind of know if you're overeating or undereating. The other thing is that sometimes you're sensitive to things. Sometimes you're sensitive to caffeine. Sometimes you're sensitive to dairy or to nuts. And if you're eating those things as your chosen fats, it could stop you from losing weight. So the best thing is just to play around with it. Just, make sure too, when I started keto, I don't know how I missed it, but I didn't know that tomatoes should be more limited to like maybe, 2 times a week. And tomato sauce was just easy. So I think when I started, I did like a lot of tomato sauce. And that kind of stalled me out. For one, it's really high in sodium. And also be careful of that too. If you're doing more packaged keto things, it's high sodium. So you might not be losing weight technically because you're just retaining water. So it can take about 3 days to get that out of your system, sometimes 4 for some people. So that could be what's going on. For me, it's very easy to overeat nut butters, and I can only seem to tolerate about 1 tablespoon. If I do more than that, it just doesn't seem to work out for me. I just either crave it or I probably overeat it. I don't know. I just don't do well with that. So I have to be very, very careful with the nut butters. I do better adding my own fat and doing like PB2. That's fine for me. Yes, you're allowed to add fat to things, even having like chicken and adding fat. Just figure it out. It's totally fine. I did that a lot at the beginning because you're going to find not everything you own is keto, but you can make it work into your diet. And a lot of times, even keto, if you're not completely keto, if you're not overeating, you still should be losing weight, just like any diet. Not that that's like what you really want to be doing, but you could still lose weight doing this diet and not eating 100%. But if you're stalling and you're trying to go keto, I didn't really have any trouble with adding the different like stevias and sucralose. It didn't really seem to matter how much or little I had. Not that I did a whole lot anyways, and not that I do, but like a couple packets a day or something never really threw me off. If you are doing a lot, be careful. It can stall your weight loss. It can make you hold on to fluid too, just the same as sodium. So a lot of times you can be up in weight, but if you're feeling smaller or going down in inches, I really wouldn't worry about it too much. And sometimes it takes time for that weight to catch up. So just keep working on your weight loss and everything will kind of catch up to you. It's fine. Don't worry about it all that much. But those are some of the things that can be stalling you. The other thing, especially if you're a woman, be careful with bulletproof coffee. Because a lot of times people want to start doing fasting or just bulletproof coffee for breakfast. I am one of those people that if I just have bulletproof coffee for breakfast, I will retain fluid. I don't do well with fasting, or at least morning fasting or whatever. I don't do well with it. So my body just tends to retain fluid. and I don't lose weight from that. So if you're finding that you're getting stalled, maybe just switch out your coffee for actually doing some eggs or a little bit of protein or some healthy fats, an avocado maybe. Try doing that for breakfast and not doing like real food, and see if that makes a difference for you. So those are just a couple things that could be stopping you from losing weight, especially dairy. People are really sensitive to dairy. And I know a lot of people, when they switch over to keto, they're doing like dairy for every meal. They're doing like heavy cream in their coffees, and then they're doing cheese on their lunches and their salads, and then cheese on, this stuff. And that it doesn't really work. So here's kind of a basic outline or blueprint that I followed when I first got on keto. Is I typically did anywhere between 2 and 3 eggs for breakfast. Sometimes I did avocado. Sometimes I used more coconut oils and did some different meats, and then I'd try and add in some different vegetables. Sometimes I did smoked salmon, but I typically do eggs, or sometimes I would do a protein shake. Yes, you can do protein shakes. Not everybody agrees with that, but you can do them. I did that because I needed to switch it up, or I was on the go, and I just wanted to do it that way. Then I typically did a salad because I could get in a lot of good leafy greens. And then I used either, I had some avocado oil, I do grapeseed oil, what's the other one I use over there, or some really good olive oil, and I would drizzle that on my salad. And I get these low-carb balsamic vinaigrettes that I get at our local stores, and I would drizzle that on top, and then I ate protein, basically. And I would choose between chicken, beef, whatever I felt like. Sometimes I had a little more fat, sometimes I didn't need to add as much depending on what I was eating. I ate that in my salad. Sometimes I'd do like a hard-boiled egg for snack, or I'd do like 1 tablespoon of peanut butter because I'd just be like a little bit hungry. Usually an egg though. Hard-boiled egg is usually my go-to, or sometimes I even put tuna on my salads, I forgot. Or I do tuna as a snack. And a little bit of like mayo sometimes. And then for dinner, I love like warm cooked food, so I would steam up, cook up whatever vegetables, drizzle a little oil or butter on them, and then I would cook up more protein, and that's what I had for dinner. And then if I was really craving something, well, actually for my first couple months, I did no treats, nothing. I might do another hard-boiled egg at night if I was hungry, but I was not doing treats or sweets. I just didn't go there because I didn't want to get used to that. So I just fasted that out for like 3 days. And then after a while, when I started to get balanced and was losing weight and I was feeling good, I did do a little bit of a treat. Sometimes I'd do like a piece of dark chocolate at night, maybe 3 times a week. Just before I went to bed, I would do an egg or maybe a mug cake or something of that nature before bed. And just give my body something to work on at night if I was still feeling like hungry and unsettled and I couldn't sleep because I was still hungry. So those are the kinds of things I did, and that's where I dropped the majority of my weight. I've lost 50 pounds now, which is insane to think about. I still need to drop a little bit more, but I will talk about that in another video. So like, share, and subscribe.